Hi, I'm Christine, and today we are talking about the top 6 worst candies in the USA. I know usually my videos are very positive, and I'm sure I'll get a positive spin on some of these candies, but I just thought it would be fun to do something a little bit different. So let me know in the comments below if you like this, or if you'd rather me go back to my positive, everything is yummy type of video. So we're gonna start with one of, in my research, the most hated candy in the USA. It is the circus peanuts. You might wonder, like, why is it called a circus peanut? Why is it bright orange and shaped like a peanut? And why is it banana flavored? Yeah, that's right. It's not like peanut flavored or something that makes sense. It's banana flavored. Why? I don't know. Well, I do know that the circus peanut was invented in the 1800s. This says since 1906, so I'm not sure if that's when the Spangler Company started making it. It's been around for a long time. Many candy companies produce them, so it's not like this recipe is special to one company. Lots of different companies make these, but I've had them before from all different companies, and they all taste pretty much the same. So the recipe must be very widely known. Something that's interesting that I learned is right after or during, I think, World War II, the circus peanut slurry, which is a gross word, was sold in jars as a sugar replacement because sugar was scarce. So, I mean, they kind of served a good purpose, but yeah, as a candy, let's try them. Ugh, they smell overwhelmingly like banana, fake banana flavor. They look just like a peanut in a shell, and they are bright orange, which cannot be healthy. And the bottom is weirdly like caved in. Yeah, so the texture is kind of spongy. It's marshmallow, apparently. But marshmallows are lovely and soft, and this is not that. This is spongy and banana-y. This is not very pleasant. The texture itself is like spongy and kind of hard, and it gives you resistance, but it's also like dissolves at the same time. It's not good. It's not good. It deserves to be in this list. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But if you like banana marshmallows, then maybe you love it, and that's fine. You're allowed to love it. Okay, so this next one has been on so many lists for worst candy as I was doing my research, and several people, I did a little poll on my personal Facebook, and a lot of people said this candy. So I wonder if you can guess what it is. I'll give you a few hints. It is typically eaten around Halloween. That probably gives it away. You can find it all year round, as I did. So it's candy corn. Surprise! There's this really terrifying, I don't know what creature this is, maybe a hedgehog or something, on the package, and the candy corn themselves look very waxy. So candy corn is apparently fat-free, and it was produced in, like, it was invented in the 1880s, so it's really quite old. All of these candies are pretty old, actually. And it was created by the Wonderly Candy Company, an employee named George Renninger. I think it's Renninger. And so you can blame him if you don't like candy corn, because he invented it. And the process is actually pretty horrible, because there's three different flavor, or three different, not flavors, it's all the same flavor, but there's three different colors. And so in the beginning, they didn't have machines to like put the colors in there automatically for you. People had to do this by hand. They had to put in all those individual colors into these molds by hand. It just seems like a lot of effort for what it actually is. Okay, so as you can tell, I'm not a fan of candy corn. I don't really like them. The texture is weird, and it just tastes like sugar. So there's the candy corn. And some people eat like one color at a time. I'm just gonna eat the whole thing for time's sake. Oh, this is actually really hard. This is not even the best candy corn I've ever had. Oh, it's really hard. It definitely feels like there's like a wax on the outside. And it tastes overwhelmingly sweet and has a similar texture to the circus peanuts, of like the spongy and marshmallowy type texture, but this is a little bit harder, to be honest. Yeah, it's just, I would say that this is better than the circus peanuts because it doesn't have the banana flavor. So a little better, a little better. Okay, so the next candy comes all the way from Sweden, and I checked, it's actually from Sweden originally. It is Swedish fish. And I think I like Swedish fish. I haven't had them for a while, but I mean, I've purchased them before and eaten them several times, and in my mind, I like them. So I'm trying to figure out if I am deceived and the people that told me they're bad are right, or if I'm just like them. So Swedish fish were actually produced by a Swedish company called Malaco, and they were developed in the 1950s specifically to break into the North American market. So the US and Canada, Malaco wanted to break into this market, and so they produced this, and it's called Swedish fish because the Swedes eat a lot of fish and they're Swedish. So it made sense. So these are the bigger ones. There are mini ones, and I tend to like those better, but we'll try. They're very violently red, and they're a little bit see-through, and they say Swedish on them. You can't really tell, but they do. They smell good. It bit his head off. They're incredibly chewy. But an interesting fact about Swedish fish is they don't have any gelatin in them. So they're vegetarian, which is a great option for vegetarians that like gummy candy, but don't eat gelatin, obviously. Not just vegetarian though. I don't think they're kosher, but if you don't consume gelatin for other reasons, you can have them as well. So the next thing we're gonna try is Bit-O Honey. That's that. And there's a lot of different candies that are similar to this product. Mary Jane's come to mind, but this was what I found. So this is what we're trying. Bit-O Honey was developed in 1924. So again, really old. Like the candy that seems to be the candy that people hate the most was invented a long time ago. And it's honey flavored taffy with almonds inside. And I don't know if I'd ever had these before. I like chocolate a lot. And so usually if I'm gonna eat candy, which I do a lot, let's be honest, it's either gonna be something gummy like Swedish fish or Skittles or something like that, or I'm gonna have something with chocolate. And this is kind of in the middle ground of like, why can't I get this package open? It's kind of in the middle ground of like, it's not a fruity candy, but it doesn't contain chocolate either. So it's one of those things. So it comes individually wrapped, and we're just gonna give it a try. Ew, it does not look very good. It just is like this pale nude like color, and it doesn't smell bad. It smells kind of like, it smells like honey. And it's really hard. Ugh. It's really hard. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or if this is just like old candy because nobody buys it because they think it's gross. It's very sticky. And it's hard to chew. I can taste the almond and the honey and the taffy. If you're looking for a candy that lasts a really long time, like in your mouth, this is a good one because it's very chewy. Yeah, that experience is not great because it's just so chewy. It's so chewy. I don't like it. The flavor itself is not bad. I don't mind the flavor. That's a positive. The flavor is pretty good. It tastes like honey taffy. It tastes like honey taffy with almonds, which is exactly what it is. It tastes like what it is. But the texture is what gets me. It's just too chewy. Okay. Now we have number 5. Number 5. So it's Good and Plenty. This is a licorice candy coated licorice candy. Yeah. And this was invented in 1893 and is said to be the oldest candy brand, like branded candy in the US. So super old again. And I think people don't like this because of the licorice. A lot of people in the comments of my question said like black licorice is their worst. And so I kind of combined 2, black licorice and Good and Plenty, because Good and Plenty has the black licorice element to it. I have developed a flavor for black licorice. I used to hate it, and now I don't know what happened, but my palate matured perhaps, and now I like it. So maybe I'll like these. So they're these weird like pink and white oblong candies, and it's candy coated with licorice in the middle. It looks kind of like a enlarged Tic Tac. Oh, hard. Again, so hard. The licorice itself is really hard. The candy coating just kind of falls off when you bite into it, and it's sweet. And then that black licorice flavor goes all over your mouth. It's just so hard. I don't mind the flavor. The flavor is fine, but the texture, again, like bit of honey, it's just too chewy. It's like chewing on cardboard or something. It just won't go away. It's just there. I mean, it's okay. I would not choose this candy. I'm not gonna pick this candy up off the shelf and buy it. Last one, number 6, or number 1, depending on how you're counting. This is not really in order. This is just the worst of the worst. Is hot tamales. This is a cinnamon flavored candy, and this is the flavor Fierce Cinnamon. Apparently there are several flavors that you can get, and some of them are like super duper hot. This is just the regular one, I think, that you find most places. And it was developed in the 1950s, and it's called hot tamales because sometimes the actual tamales that you can eat are hot, which is kind of a lame name and a lame story for a name. Just saying, like they should have named something better. So this is kind of, some people were saying Red Hots, and Red Hots are another like harder candy that are cinnamon flavored. This is a gummy candy that is cinnamon flavored. So I just thought, kind of lump them together. Red Hots are pretty bad. They're like little pellets almost, and they're hard, and yeah, they're bad. Sometimes people use them to decorate cookies, and I think that that's just horrible. Why would you do that to a cookie? Rude, rude. So they have the shape of a Mike and Ike, and probably the flavor of Big Red gum. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Which is weird because I like Big Red gum, but I don't really like this that much. It's not hot. It's not like spicy. It is spicy, but it's not like my tongue is on fire or anything. It's just, this is not a candy that I'm gonna go for. It's just cinnamon. It's a cinnamon chewy candy. Why? Who's buying these? But they're popular, like they're still being sold, so somebody's buying them. Who are you? There are people that were in the comments that were saying they love circus peanuts, they love candy corn, they're their favorite. So there is a market for these candies. There are people that like them. I'm just not one of them. The Good and Plenty and the Swedish Fish, passable. Am I buying them on a regular basis? No. Am I buying any of these other ones ever? No. I bought these specifically for this video and I'll probably never buy them again because why would I? Because there's so many more better candies out there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe and like and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think is the worst candy the US has ever produced. And I'll see you next time. Bye.